It's a multicultural thing because everybody is eating everything now, and this type of food is like good for you, not just for one people. It's good for everybody.
Maccabees. Chapter 1. And it happened after that Alexander, son of Philip the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Chetim, had smitten Darius, king of the Persians and Medes, that he reigned in his stead, the first over Greece, and made many wars, and won many strongholds, and slew the kings of the earth, and went through to the ends of the earth, and took spoils of many nations, insomuch that the earth was quiet before him. Whereupon he was exalted, and his heart was lifted up. And he gathered a mighty strong host, and ruled over countries and nations and kings, who became tributaries unto him. And after these things he fell sick, and perceived that he should die. Wherefore he called his servants, such as were honorable, and had been brought up with him from his youth, and parted his kingdom among them, while he was yet alive. So Alexander reigned 12 years, and then died.
Greetings. What I want to say to you is that most of us do not know where we're from. And we as a people who have been enslaved is associating ourselves with a place or a people. But just to clarify the readings of the Maccabees, just one book, is that we as a people, the place they call Africa, northeastern Africa, the north, which is today Egypt, yesterday Kemet, and today Israel or Jerusalem, is the place that was invaded by the so-called brother them called Alexander the so-called Great, who is not great at all. Watch me. Those people that when the Arab or the Asiatic invade Israel or invade first Egypt, we migrated into inner Africa, south and west. When the Alexander the so-called Great invaded the place they call Israel today, which is northeastern Africa. Just to clarify that, Israel is not the Middle East. It is the middle of the east of what? Or where? That place they call in the Middle East is the middle of the east of where or what? It's the middle of the east of England. They were going towards the east. Nobody else is the middle of the east of no one else. So the Middle East do not exist. This area geographically is not Eastern Africa. All right. So those Israelites or ancient Hebrews, after the Alexandrian massacre, they moved into today Africa or mainland Africa. When the slave master came, and I'm sad to say, or sorry to say, this is facts, and you can go and check it yourself. When the slave master came looking for slave, because the Arabs started it first, way back. Now the European is taking it to a next level. So when the slave master came, the people that end up in chains was not native to the area. That's why it was so easy for those Africans to sell or give people away. It wasn't their brother or sister or it was their neighbor that coming from running away from war in ancient Kemet, which is Egypt, and Israel, according to the Maccabees. This is not my word. You can check it yourself. So us that is in the Americas, And when I say Americas, I don't call in the Caribbean or the place they call West Indies. These are this whole area is the Americas. You have North America, which is the USA and Canada, and then you have the rest of the Americas, which is the South America and the Central America. So us, what you call Caribbean people, is Central Americans. So those Americans that is in the so-called Caribbean today is the same people that was running away from trouble in Kemet, which is Egypt, or Egypt, which is Kemet, and Israel, which is where them called Jerusalem or that area, which is northeastern Africa. And these are the people that was taken. Check Deuteronomy and see if the people today in Deuteronomy from chapter 26 to 28, those people today that is living in Israel are not related to Hebrews in no way. The prophecy of the Hebrew Israelites do not relate to the people that is occupying the land, including the Palestinians. So you have two people who is fighting over a geographical location that do not belong to them. I'm sorry to say, they might target me for that, but this is facts. You can go and check it yourself. That land do not belongs to either of them, and they're killing themselves over it. This is an area that was taken, was occupying at that time. We are the ancient Hebrew Israelites that Alexander drove out. We are also the ancient Kemetics or Kemetian or Egyptian that the Arabs drive out of what you call today Egypt and take it all over. If you notice now, you can barely find a few colored or what you call black people in that area, and also Palestine or Israel today. That area is our land. We are here in the way they call the West today because of the invasion of Alexander the so-called Great and the Arabs into that area, and we migrated to the hills. Check it yourself. Go and read the books. If you did not read the books, go and watch the video. If you like me, you do not have time to read, watch the videos. And you will see that we are the people. And eventually, we are waking up and knowing ourselves and starting to get back to reality. Because it is said that after a certain time, the mind have a tendency to repair itself. So even though we was ravished and plundered and abused, disrespected, and many other things I can't describe, but the mind, the DNA of us as a people, the mind, our ancestors is living with us, and the mind have a tendency after a certain time to repair and remind itself. And we are coming into our remembrance of who we are as a people. Some people describe us as a lost people, that we do not have. I hear a Nigerian last time telling another brother, a Jamaican brother, that you come from nowhere, we sold you. And this is something I heard with my own 2 years. I didn't get the opportunity or the time to record it, but he was saying that you come from nowhere. We sold you into slavery. And I agree with him, because he did not sell his own people. We are a different people. We are some people we call Hebrew Israelites. Hebrew meaning those that have crossed over. And Israelites is the descendants of Jacob. So those of us in the Americas and the Caribbean that they call in this North America and the South America and the rest of America, which is Central America, not Caribbean, is the ancient Hebrews or ancient Hebrew Israelites, descendants, and remnants from the Kemetian kingdom who was running away from war, that get caught up in the transatlantic slavery. And this is history that is factual, believe it or not. And if you don't believe me, because I'm speaking for over 9 minutes, is please take your time and go and check it for yourself. Do not believe a single word I said. This is not my word. Do not believe a single word I say. Go and do a little bit of research. Google, it is there. And if you dig deeper in the libraries, it is there. It's not hidden. In the books as well, the Bible, they call the 88 books. If you get the real book of the Bible, like the King James Version, the 1611 edition, you would have the book of the Maccabees. That is a history book that give you the whole breakdown of the invasion of Alexander and when he died, and what happened after he died, and what happened to those people. Where did they go? They run to the hills. So remember who you are. Remember who you are as a people, and come back to our self. Come back to self. Yeah. So this is all I'm gonna say about that. And please remember to like and share and subscribe and make a comment. If it's something that you do not agree with or you agree with, make a comment so that I can make a response, and we could have what you call a constructive discussion about these things. All right, thank you again for watching, and have a great day.
And his servants bare rule, every one in his place. And after his death they all put crowns upon themselves. So did their sons after them many years. So he was made an habitation of strangers, and became strange to those that were born in her, and her own children left her. Her sanctuary was laid waste like a wilderness. Her feasts were turned into mourning, her Sabbaths into reproach, her honor into contempt.
I said in the Bible, chapter 15, verses 13 and 14, they are talking about us. They're not talking about those people in Israel. They're talking about us as the captives that have been put, scattered. Deuteronomy 28, 68, whatever it is, Genesis chapter 15, 13, and 14, they will spend 400 years in a sojourn in a foreign land that is not theirs, and they will come out with great riches and great substance, and the people who enslaved them, only God Almighty, I will judge them. And so I said, that is us.